All right, man, peace. So, as I'm here going through the CBS Morning News, I just bypassed or almost bypassed a commercial for the insurance company Progressive. And, oftentimes in these commercials, they like to very slyly or craftily sneak in the worship of the true deity that is venerated in this society, as I've touched on numerous times, that being the quote unquote God Pan. Here, you're going to see him alluded to as being what he was known as in the ancient world, which is one of his pseudonyms, which was as the god of pederasty, that being man, boy, love. This is where you get the myth of the boogeyman from, where he's going to hide under the bed and attack the children, particularly the boys. All right, that's talking about in a sexual nature. Let me also say this: when you research the god Pan, and I've touched on this numerous times, he was also known in various cultures under different names. To the Celts, and by the way, the Celts were so-called black people. By the way, I'll be probably making a video about that in the near future. But to the Celts, he was known as Cernunnos, right? The stag god, right? He was, instead of having the goat horns, he had the deer horns. In India, he was known as, I believe the name was Pashupati, if I remember correctly. One of you brothers could look it up. It was a pseudonym for Shiva, for the god Shiva, who, as I stated in a previous video, was also depicted with the horns. Okay? The horns represent rulership. The reason why the god Pan was synchronized with the goat is because the goat always represented sin. Okay? Like you brothers who read the scriptures, you know that the animal that was given for the sin offering was the goat. Okay? That was the animal for the sin offering. It was the goat. The goat is also representative of being on the left-hand side, which is the side of destruction, the side of sin. Of course, the lamb is on the right-hand side. But that is why the god Pan, who also was known as Hermes, and in Egypt, once again, he was known as Thoth, but really he was talking about Cush. The reason why they exalt pedophilia or pederasty is because they believe that they get spiritual energy from engaging in sexual intercourse with little children. They engage in sexual intercourse with the child, and then they kill the child. If you remember, Eddie Murphy did a movie called The Golden Child, where the goal was for Sardo Numspa to sacrifice the child and take its blood. You remember that they just left out the part about the sexual intercourse. And if you remember, Sardo Numspa also was communicating directly with Satan, right, quote unquote, or at least Hollywood's depiction of that entity. But anyway, let me let this commercial run, and of course I'm going to chime in.
Kyle, we talked about this.
There's no monsters.
But you said they'd be watching us all the time.
Oh, no, honey. We meant that Progressive would be protecting us 24/7.
We just bundled home and auto and saved money. That's nothing to be afraid of.
But
Good night, Kyle.
I told you I was just checking the wiring in here, Kyle.
He's never like this.
You see this? Why would you aim a commercial like this at children? This person here, this entity, this creature, that's Pan. Once again, Pan is the god of man-boy love. Pan would lure lost boys out into the woods, and he would have sex with them, because he would mesmerize them by the playing of his pipes. This is why they have him hiding under the bed. Okay? They got the chick in the closet, and he's under the bed. Stuff is crazy.
Like this. I think something's going on at school. He's not engaging.
You see that? And you'll constantly see the veneration of the goat in many of these commercials. Once again, Pan was also known as a satyr. For those of you brothers who read the scriptures, it speaks about the satyrs. I believe it's in Isaiah, I want to say the 34th, I believe it's the 34th chapter, or the 13th chapter, or maybe both. I believe in the 13th chapter it says satyrs, and in the 34th chapter it says satyr, singular. Either way, what's interesting is that when you study the satyrs, they are depicted as part man, part goat. When you look up the word satyr in the Hebrew, the word there is sha'ir. And for those of you brothers who understand that word, it means shaggy or goat-haired, which is the same term that was used for the grade of hair on Esau. Okay? Those of us who know that as being Jacob's brother. That's going into a whole other topic. But there's a reason why, you know, the biblical animal that is associated with Esau is the goat. And the animal that's associated with Jacob is the sheep, for a myriad of reasons. All right, please remember that Jacob wore the goatskin coat to deceive Isaac when he was trying to receive Esau's blessing. Okay? And we all know who has hair like a goat today amongst all nations of people. But it is what it is. I'm not trying to make this video too long. I just caught this commercial. I found it very interesting. To be quite honest with you, very eerie. You know, if I was a kid, I would not want to see no shit like this. Okay? No damn half man, half goat. I really can't even call him half man, half goat. It's really a monster that came up from under his bed. But it was very clear what this creature was. This creature is Pan, right? Which is the god that is venerated in this society. Okay? That is the god that they commemorate when they take all those little kids out there in Hollywood and they molest them. Right? Like Corey Feldman said, the biggest problem in Hollywood is the molestation, the pedophilia. You notice they won't talk about that, but now every woman is being sexually harassed, supposedly. Every female on the planet, or at least in America, is the victim of sexual harassment, allegedly. But this is the real shit right here that they should be concentrating on, is the promotion of pedophilia. But anyway, peace.